It's 2020. We gonna grind and we gonna hustle together and let's get this job done. Period. What it do, gang? It's your girl Baby D and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about what it's really like working in a restaurant. So with further ado, let's get straight to this video. Okay, so it's a lot of things that I can tell you about working in a restaurant. And there are pros, but there are cons. But I feel like the pros always outweigh the cons. But a lot of people prefer fast food restaurants for some reason. I don't know, because I feel like working at a restaurant is way better than working at fast food. But I mean, hey, that's everybody's opinion. So I'm going to start off by telling you how I got the job at a restaurant. So I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it was gonna be very hard to get a job in a restaurant just because I am only 16 and majority of restaurants do sell alcohol or whatever. So if you are under the age of 21, being a server or any person that has to actually serve out alcoholic beverages, I wouldn't recommend trying to put an application in for a server, because 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get the job because you're not old enough. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend being a server to anyone that is under the age. But you can work as a cook. You can work in to-go. You can be a dishwasher. You can be like certain things, but server is not one of them because of the fact that you do have to handle alcoholic beverage. Damn, I can't get my words out. But yeah, you cannot serve alcoholic beverages, so server is a no-no if you are underage. I do recommend, the jobs I recommend for any female that wants to work in a restaurant and that does not prefer a fast food. I do recommend putting in applications for a host and also to-go. That's about your best shot if you are a female, because it's not very hard, but it can get hard. And you have to be very hard working if you want to work there. I have tried getting a job at a fast food restaurant. I tried Chick-fil-A and I tried Hardee's. I tried Chick-fil-A first because Chick-fil-A pays very good. But it's very hard for you to get a job at Chick-fil-A. It was very hard for me to get a job anyway. At that point, I was only 15. I didn't have a license and I didn't really have reliable transportation. So you got to make sure you have reliable transportation. You got to make sure that, I mean, it's okay if you are 15, but a lot of restaurants and fast food restaurants would rather hire people that are 16 and have a car or a reliable transportation other than someone who doesn't and that is not 16. So yeah, I did not get the jobs at Hardee's or Chick-fil-A. In a fast food place, in a restaurant, I mean, they're kind of tit for tat, but it's just the pay is more for you at a restaurant than it would be in a fast food, because you're always gonna get paid at least a little bit over minimum wage. I mean, I can't really speak a lot for fast food, but just from hearing from other people, they barely got a raise or anything. And plus, you always have a lot of people that are actually working in fast foods, with a restaurant is not that way. You don't really have that many people. So when I did put the application in for Chili's, that's where I work at currently. When I did put the application in, I did not expect to get the job because I did put an application in for Hostess, which they said that they can hire people that are 16 that apply for it, but they kind of would rather have someone that has had Hostess experience for a year or whatever. That's mainly what they really wanted like someone who had hostess experience, but I never had hostess experience. I mean, that was my first job, and surprisingly, they called me back the next day. Like, seriously, my manager woke me up out my sleep and was like, "Hey, is this the age?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Hey, who is this?" And he was like, "Hey, I'm such and such from Chili's. Are you available to come in for an interview and such and such and such?" And I was like, "Yeah." And when I tell y'all, I was so happy and excited. I was happy. Like, I was really happy, especially to know the pay for a hostess. I was really excited. A hostess get paid between $9 to about $13. Starting off, they started me with $9.25. But depending on how hard you work, if they see that you are really intrigued in what you do, if you are very passionate about what you do, you will get a raise. And y'all, I'm telling you, it's love. And one big perk about being a hostess in a restaurant is that you do work more than just a hostess. You also work in to go, because they try to train you, like they try to make sure you're well rounded in the restaurant, because a hostess has more than one job. You're not just greeting people in and sitting them at their tables. Everything basically within their visit is good. They might call on you sometimes to ask you for some napkins or some straws or some ketchup, any sort of thing like that. They'll ask you, but like, and sometimes they'll ask you like, "Can you go get my manager? Can I go get the manager? Can I go get their server? They're ready for the ticket." Da 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 da. You have certain things they'll ask you, and you just have to know how to handle it. And you can never tell someone no. If it is something that is not within our restaurant, then you can nicely tell them otherwise. But you're never supposed to like just refuse a customer or anything. You're supposed to welcome everyone, any race, any color, anything of that sort. You cannot turn down someone like that. You have to have a great personality. You have to be very welcoming. And I feel like I was really suitable for the job, because I'm always nice. I'm happy all the time. I'm nice. I love to meet new people. It's a lot of perks, y'all. And I feel like being a hostess is way easier than any other job, because you have one key job, and that's to welcome in guests, seat them, and that's all basically. And then just clean up their table after them and wipe it down. That's all. It's not hard. It's actually very simple and easy. But one thing about a hostess is they mainly run the restaurant. It's like our say so. So if we seat someone, that server has to serve them wherever we seat them. Even if we seat them in the wrong corresponding place, they still have to serve them and give them the best of anything, basically. And I really feel like anyone who does come and try to work at a restaurant, you'll really like it. Now to go is very very fun. It's easy. I really like to go. Sometimes hostess can get a little overwhelming, especially if it's a lot of people and you have like wait list, and then you have these big parties of 15 or 10 or 20 or anything of that sort. If you have big parties like that and you don't have a lot of servers on the floor, it's very hard for you to seat like other people, especially if it's a minimum amount of servers and they are attended to a big party like that. It's hard to be seated at that time, so it will be a wait list. And what I don't like about some things is that some people can't be understanding about the wait, and some people can't be understanding about we're all human and we are not some type of robot that can just do 10 things at once. You have to be patient. Food does have to be cooked and everything, and it's very hard at times, because people will give you the worst side of them, but you have to make sure you keep the best side of you. But if you cannot keep your anger in, if you're quick to just pop off and say something, then being in a restaurant is not for you, because you have to have great hospitality, because you want to encourage people to come back. So yeah, The cons, is really not a lot of cons other than the fact that when the wait list gets very long and the customers start getting impatient, that would be the only con, because it gets harder. Or also, if your server is taking advantage of you and they seeing that you're busting their tables for them, they're gonna feel like they can just bull crap around and don't have to clean their tables up, because you're not obligated to clean nothing up except for picking the cups up and wiping the table down. That's all you're obligated to do. But I'll bust tables if I have a wait list and I need to seat people right then at that moment, because at that point in time, it's like you're a manager or you're the boss. Like, you got to get things on the roll. You got to keep the restaurant moving. Like, you got to keep it going and in flow. So I feel like being a hostess, you have a lot of responsibilities and you have to be very smart and time manageable, because you also have to make sure that the bathroom stays stocked up with soap, paper towels, tissue, everything. You have to make sure it's nice and wiped down and stuff. You do not have to unclog toilets and none of that or whatever. But just make sure that the bathrooms are decent and look nice. And I mean, if someone has went in there and they have left an odor, all you have to do is go get the air freshener and spray. That's it. It's not bad. And like another perk for like people who are like not really good with talking and being comfortable in their own skin around people, wearing face masks right now is a good way to get you comfortable working in a restaurant, because at that time nobody can see nothing but this. That's all they can see. They can't see nothing else. So if a lot of people, if you are insecure, wearing a mask is kind of like a perk for you, because at that point in time you don't really have to worry about a lot, because no one knows who you are unless someone actually knows you. That's the only time someone will know you are. Because I've had plenty of people who came in my job and was like, Deasia, hey, give me a hug and everything. And I mean, I can talk, I can socialize with you, everything. It's real nice. And it's great. Like, I really encourage anyone who is looking for a job but does not want to work at a fast food restaurant. I do encourage you to go work at a restaurant, because I feel like it's a very, very good first job. Like, I plan on staying at Chili's, working at Chili's for a good minute. I don't plan on going anywhere else. I don't plan on quitting my job anytime soon. I feel like I'll be there for a good couple years. With to go, all you do is when people call in on an order or they make an order online or something like that, all you do is you get the receipt, you look at the items that's on the receipt, and you just go to the little cook stations where it is, and there'll be little windows, and then they'll have the trays with the receipt on the top, and you just read the name and read what actual meal it is or what it is in the little box, or whatever you want to call it. Once you look in there or whatever, it's easy. You just go get it, place it by the receipt, check it off, and make sure you get everything checked off, bag it up, and go sit it in the go section. They also train you to answer the phone calls and actually take orders and put it into the system and get the receipts printed off and give it to the other people in to go where they bag it up. It's different positions that you can work in to go, and they also have people that actually just take the food and the drinks to people's cars on curbside. So to go is really like a very well rounded little station, and it's actually fun. You have everybody is welcoming, everyone is nice. Sometimes people might bump heads, especially if they're having a bad day and customers are really just at them. People will have attitudes, but just try your best to keep them happy, motivated, everything. But if you see that they're really just, they don't want to be bothered, don't bother them, unless you really have to. So yeah, that is very nice working at a restaurant. A lot of people would feel like working at a restaurant is hard, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first started as a host, it was very confusing, because I didn't know the floor layouts. Even though I've ate at Chili's so many times, I never knew that the tables were actually numbered and there were actually A, B, C, and D sections and all that other stuff. So it's a lot you have to learn with working, and for it to be my first job, I feel like I am doing a very great job at working at a restaurant. Um, I have heard that working at fast food restaurants is very pressuring and hard for people because at some places the cash registers are more they're more complicated than others. They're not as simple. And some people don't really know all the abbreviations, which went into go. The food is abbreviated, so it will take some time getting used to. But as long as you can match up what the abbreviations say on the receipt and what it say on the to-go box, you should be fine. But eventually, you'll actually learn all the food and what it is and stuff. And all you have to do is ask. I know a lot of people be scared to ask, and it's a lot of people who just have pride. Okay, a lot of people have huge prides to where they feel like they don't have to ask anyone for something, they can do it themselves. Or some people are just too afraid to ask for help because they feel like they're going to be turned down. But no, everyone in the restaurant is helpful. They will help you because we just want the best and only the best. For a server, it's different because a server only gets paid about $2 or $3 an hour, and then they get paid tips. And you know, some people don't even leave tips, and if they do leave tips, it can vary from up to a couple of cents to $20, depending on who you're serving and how good your hospitality is and how fast the service was. It comes down to the cooks because cooks have to make sure the food is right and everything. And the cooks have a lot to do. They have to cook everything that the customers want inside the restaurant that's actually dining in, and also have to cook the things in to go. But I do recommend working at a restaurant. I think working at a restaurant is a very good place to work. I don't really have nothing bad to say about working at a restaurant. I just feel like at that point in time, you just have to be motivated. You got to be ready to work. You got to be ready to put in the time, the hours, everything. Depending on how many hosts we do have, it all varies on the times of your hours and how long you work. You can pick up shifts for other hosts that have called out or can't come to work. You can do that. It's not mandatory that you do it. But if you want more hours and you actually want to be helpful and help out, because imagine if you had an emergency or something was wrong or you just wanted a day off to yourself and you wanted a host to do that, you have to be willing to do the same for another host if you expect the host to do that for you. So I mean, I don't mind picking up shifts for hosts. I mean, I've did it, and I really don't mind because at the end of the day, it's actually helping me also because it's helping me get more hours and I'm getting paid more for doing so. So I don't really have a problem with that. We're under quarantine still. The virus is still going around. I don't see why people complain so much about having to work all the time. Like, what else are you going to do? Where else are you going to go? Like, yeah, you can go shopping. You can go out to eat, da da da. But I mean, really, come on now. You can really work your butt off and make good freaking money. And then you can go do whatever you want with your money. Especially if you don't have no bills to pay. If you're just like me, 16-year-old, have no bill to pay but my freaking car insurance. That's it. And the only reason I have to pay that is so I can keep driving with my license. That's all. That's all I have to pay. So I do recommend anyone who does want to get a job, go work at a restaurant because it's great. It's great. I love it. But I feel like a restaurant is my place to be. I feel like I love it. I like it. I want it. I'm doing it, and I got it. Just be hardworking and just believe that you gonna get it done and grind. And I'm telling you, you gonna love it in the end. I promise you. Cause when I got my first paycheck, I was like, it feels so good to be getting paid my own money and I can spend it on what I want. I feel good. I feel great, y'all. Next Friday will be my second paycheck, and I feel like this paycheck is gonna be like triple of what I made the first time. And I'm like, y'all, I'm happy. I'm happy. We get paid bi-weekly basically. So my first paycheck ever was only $186, and I worked like 15 hours. I think it was something around it. So, and also, the first week of working that was only training, and we only get paid like, I think it was like between like $5 or $7. It might have been lesser than that. I don't really know. I didn't really look into all that or whatever because I didn't really mind, because I mean, you have to train before you can actually know what to do. So I didn't mind. I felt good about my first paycheck. I was like, what? I got $186 in my pocket, bitch. What? Don't tell me nothing. So, but now that I'm out of training, I'm actually working and I'm grinding, y'all, I feel good. Can't tell me nothing. Run me my money, sis. Period. But I do feel good. I feel great. So yeah, if it's any females out here that want to be self-made, want to work for what they want in life, go for it, girl. Don't ever let anybody tell you different. Or any boys out here, grind. Don't, I know a lot of people be out here like, yeah, I'ma sell these drugs and da 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 da, and I'ma get to that bad da da. Like, let me tell you something. Don't no girl want no drug dealer. Some girls might prefer drug dealers, but I want a man that got a job and that actually got something going for himself. Because, boo, we grinding together. We hustling together. We making that bread together. Boo put a ring on his finger. We going. So, yeah. Just keep grinding. Be patient. Be humble. And just pray. Because, yeah, I have been trying to get a job for a year. And I was really about to give up because I'm like, what the freak? I'm not going to get a job. And Chili's, I got the job. First interview. Period. Boom. Don't ever settle for less. Don't ever settle for less. I don't care. Y'all, I put in like probably like 30 applications. And I didn't get not one of them jobs. But I got the job at Chili's. So let me tell you something. Don't ever lose hope. Keep hope. Stay hoping. Stay praying. Just, you gotta have the mindset like, yeah, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna do it, and da, da, da. Like, you gotta have a great mindset, y'all. I'm telling y'all. And y'all can't be like, I don't even want to go to work, I'm about to call out, da, da, da. Don't do that. Don't. Because you're gonna be just stuck at home looking at the ceiling like, dang, I really should have went to work. I would have been getting hours in right now. Then when I look at my paycheck, it's gonna be nice. Okay? Because you could be sitting in the house with no job, bored, got no money. So when all your friends going to the beach or going to hang out or going shopping or something, what you gonna do? Ask your mom for some money and she ain't gonna give you a lot? You not gonna be able to spend what you want to spend on what you want to get, right? Exactly. If you got your own job, you got your own money, you can go to the mall, buy whatever you want to, and ain't gotta have no say so or nothing, because it's your money, you work for it. Spend it on what you want to work on, what you want to get, okay? Period. But also, be smart about your money. And I think I'm gonna do a video soon about money management and time management, because y'all, when I tell y'all, money don't grow on trees, it don't grow on trees. And gas ain't cheap, poo. Trust me, I learned the hard way, okay? Money ain't cheap. And your mom or your dad is not going to baby you for the rest of your life unless you just have that type of parent. But my mom and my dad does not try to baby me, because they feel like if they baby me my whole life and they just keep handing me handouts, I'm never going to have that grown mindset to where I need to get up off my booty and get the job done and make my money. Okay? Period. Get on your grind. Get on your hustle. Get that mindset and get it done. Period. For all these people that got these small businesses, you keep grinding, you keep going. But I also feel like you can get a job too. But some people are actually making like a hustle off of businesses. So I'm like, you go. But I feel like me in general, I need to have a job and I need to have a business, because my mom is not going to just give me $500 to invest in my business. No, she got bills she need to pay. She got to get what she got to get done. I'm going to get what I need to get done. So invest in yourself, invest in a job, invest in a car, and invest in a business, period. Okay? I'm investing in a car right now. I am saving up my money to get me my own car. So when I get me a car, I can go and come back when I please. But I gotta make sure I'm back at 9 o'clock. Duh. Because y'all, lately, I have not been coming back at 9. And I'm grounded for that. So, and I'm sorry that I have not made a video in a while. I have been very busy with work, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. I did not know that working would take so much of my time. And when I don't work, I be tired. Okay? A girl be tired. But y'all don't understand when you get a job. You're gonna look back and be like, dang, Deasia was right. Baby D was right. it is tiring. Like, y'all, I'm tired right now. But I said I'm gonna make this video for y'all because y'all need to know how it really is working at a restaurant. And it is great. It is freaking great. I love it, okay? Like, you can have fun all within it, y'all. Like, I got this girl. She my friend. I promise y'all, she my friend. Her name's Sanaa, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Me and this girl be cracking up 25/8, yo. And she a host, too. Me and her worked together today. And I loved it, y'all. Because I had picked up a shift for a hostess today. And I had came in at 12 because her shift started at 11. But I had trouble with my car. So I was an hour late, but I made sure I let my managers know. And guess what? I didn't get in no trouble because I let my managers know beforehand or before it was time for me to be in. Because at the end of the day, you have to be smart and you have to know what you're doing. You have to let your managers know everything, okay? You can't just walk up in here like, oh, I'm sorry, I was an hour late, da-da-da. Like, no, you should have let them know ahead of time so they can get things right. So when I came up in there, I got everything I needed to go. I got it rolling, I got it in the flow, and we was good. Then next host came in at like 4. Me and her, Sanaa, we was freaking rolling, swear. Me and her going back and forth, rotating, everything. We was getting the job done, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Grind, hustle, and have a good mindset. And y'all gonna get it. I swear, I promise. We ain't doing nothing but having blessings the rest of 2020. We gonna have money in our pockets. We gonna get it. We gonna grind, okay? All of us, females and males, we gonna grind. We gonna get this money. And males, I know y'all pride is so freaking big. Y'all do not want to work at a restaurant. Y'all do not want to be a server. Y'all don't want to be a cashier. You don't want to work at a fast food restaurant. Well, let me tell you something. Put that pride to the side and get you a job. Get you a job and stop being a deadbeat. Because let me tell you something. You ain't gonna be nowhere without no job. What do you think you gonna do when you get 18 and you ain't got no working experience? No, it ain't how it work. No. Get up off your butt and go work. Period. I don't care if your dad rich. I don't care if your mom rich. You don't need to be living up under your mom and dad for the rest of your life. Get up off your butt. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Until next time. Bye. Yeah.